He decides he wants to come out with a new flavor of tea, honey and ginseng green tea, and then he has his wife design this beautiful can, at which point he takes a bunch of
that's what I'm
criticism.
saying. That can, that specific can is the reason why I bought Arizona tea for the first time. I didn't like it. I didn't like the flavor that much, but that can is so pretty. It's finally time. After a super successful petition, the Lucy plushie is real, and she's ready for you to adopt. Starting December 5th for 21 days only, you can get your very own Lucy plushie over on Makeshift. She is soft, she's chaotic, she's adorable, and she's only available for a limited time. Once the campaign ends, she's gone forever. So don't miss your chance. Head to makeshift.com to grab yours and bring Lucy home. Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress and today we'll be taking a look at the Fat Files or the Fat Electrician. A lot of people have actually asked me to react to the Fat Electrician, which is his other channel I think. But the videos on the Fat Files seem more interesting to me personally. So that's what we're going to react to. Today we are watching the most gangster beverage company on earth, Arizona Tea. Also, before we start the video, I would like to let y'all know that I do have a gaming channel, so if you're interested in seeing me play games, please go and check out Cypress Play.
This is easily the most requested business for me to look into. Today we're talking about Arizona tea, and I think the reason so many people have requested this is fairly obvious. Clearly Arizona is up to something, selling these giant cans of tea for 99 cents, which right out of the gate feels weird, but then it gets even weirder when you realize that
is it like 9 cents here? I don't know, it's been like 10,000 years since the last time I bought that. When I did buy Arizona tea, I only bought it because the packaging is nice. It's pretty, that's the only reason why I bought it. I don't even like it. Oh yeah, I guess we're talking about this one, like the cans. 85 cents. Yeah, the cans are 85 cents.
Selling that same can of tea for the same exact price since 1992. Okay, inflation has gone up 124% since then, meaning that if they just wanted to maintain everything, that can of tea should cost at least $2.24. Okay, bear in mind, we live in a world where as of 2021, the Dollar Tree is now the $1.25 tree, okay? The only
Dollar Tree is a $1.25
product
tree.
that is sacred is the Costco $1.50 hot dog.
But that is so true. That is so true.
And to make that even kind of feasible, Costco had to go out and buy 2 hot dog making factories, and they still lose money on it, okay? The only reason Costco's staying in business is because they make so much money on all the other things they sell, they can just afford to take a loss on the hot dog, which makes the Arizona tea can absolutely insane because it's the equivalent of Costco only selling hot dogs. They have to be losing money. It doesn't even seem feasible. They're clearly up to something, and we're gonna get into it right after a word from our sponsor.
Something is
This video is brought to you by Rocket Money, your all-in-one finance app that's going to help you cancel subscriptions, lower your monthly bills, and overall manage your money better. Rocket Money covers pretty much everything. They will let you monitor your credit score. They help you manage your budget by letting you see all of your expenses in one easy location. And then if you want them to, they can actually go in and help negotiate a lower price on some of your bills, like your cell phone, for example. And they don't just save you money by negotiating down some of your bills. They also help you identify and cancel a bunch of subscriptions that you probably didn't even know that you had. And this is my favorite part because me and my wife, mostly my wife, has a horrible habit of signing up for free trials on apps and then forgetting to cancel.
I hate fucking free trials, man. That's how they fucking get you because you forget that you have that fucking thing and then you're stuck with it.
Rocket Money's here to let me know that I've been spending $7.99 a month every month for the past 3 years on some photo.
Bro, I swear I'm probably forgetting about some free trial thing I signed up for and I'm probably paying something right now. I should check that.
Editing app that my wife used one time for an Instagram post. Yeah, babe, what's up?
How many guns did you buy this year?
What?
No
She
comment.
heard you.
Wait, what? How do you even know I'm talking about you right now? Did you bug my office?
A,
Women have senses for this.
worry about it. B, keep my name out of your mouth.
All right. All right, I gotta finish the ad. I gotta go. Love you. That could have went better. Anyways, if you want to take control of your finances today, go check out Rocket Money. I will have a link in the description down below. Let's get back to the video. There's a baby monitor in my office. All right, our story begins with the owner of Arizona Tea, John Voltaggio. In the 1970s, he was a truck driver for an alcohol distribution service. Essentially, he was driving a truck around the city and he would deliver all the alcohol to convenience stores and gas stations, and he did that for years. After doing this for years, him and his coworker, John Farolito, decided they're gonna start their own distribution service. However, as I'm sure you can imagine, that's a very tough business to get into, and initially the only clients that they could get were all the convenience stores and gas stations on the sketchy part of town town that nobody else wanted to deliver to, but they did it anyways. Then after they had a fairly successful distribution service, they figured, hey, we're already carrying all these different types of beverages to deliver them to all the convenience stores, and we have those relationships. What if we started our own brewery and started making our own alcoholic beverage, and then we could just have one more product to be able to offer all these clients? So they did, and that was fairly successful also. So now that they have their own alcohol, they have to figure out how to market it. And this is where John Voltaggio really figures out how to market a product, and he looks around at all the other successful products in the alcohol market in the 1980s. And let's just call a spade here. The 1980s is the pinnacle of the sleazy advertisement era, okay? I mean, we've got Camels trying to sell children-flavored cigarettes.
Children-flavored cigarettes?
And we've got every alcohol company on the planet desperately trying to convince you that if you drink fucking Bud Light or Coors Light or whatever, a supermodel is going to be attracted to you and your beer gut. So John
if only it worked like
Voltaggio,
that.
learning how to market a product, he's like, okay, step 1, make it cool. Step 2, have a supermodel with huge
have
cans
a hot
promoted.
girl.
Easy. They then proceed to name their beer Midnight Dragon, which is the coolest fucking name for a beer I've ever heard. And this
I would drink that.
in
Midnight
2024.
Dragon.
If you adjust for inflation, it had to have been way cooler back in the 1980s. I mean, even today, that's a brilliant name. Imagine going over to your buddy's house. He opens up the fridge. Oh, what did you want to drink? We've got Miller Lite and Midnight Dragon.
Bruh, I will drink that, man, just for the fucking name. That's how fucking easy I am. That name is so cool. I don't even fucking drink.
Guy, you're still gonna try at least one Midnight Dragon. You have to. So step 1, make it cool. Check. Step 2, make it sexy, right? Sex sells. I present to you their first ever advertisement, a beer poster of a model in red lingerie.
That is crazy. I could suck on this all night. Holy shit.
Holding a 40 of Midnight Dragon with a straw with the caption, I could suck on this all night.
Exactly.
The fact that it's a 40 is just completely outrageous. Like, the notion that anyone in the history of mankind has ever been drinking a 40 while simultaneously also concerned about smearing their lipstick is just completely unhinged. Like, I need a part 2 of this beer advertisement. I know that straw doesn't reach the bottom of that 40. What happens when the straw doesn't reach anymore? Do you just throw it away and get another 40? Or are you going to be so drunk off the first 20 ounces you're not going to care about your lipstick anymore? I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, this goes on until like 1990, and John Voltaggio, while he's delivering beer one day, there's another distributor there, and he's actually dropping off a bunch of Snapple. And John Voltaggio is just like captivated by it because it's the middle of winter. Why on earth would anybody be drinking iced tea in the middle of winter? It doesn't make any sense to him, but apparently...
Me drinking my freaking iced tea in the middle of winter at the moment? Why not? I love iced tea.
A bunch of people enjoy it, so he's like, that's it. I'm gonna start selling tea. So the first thing Don has to figure out is the proposition, right? Why would anybody drink his tea over Snapple? Snapple's already an established brand. So he starts to thinking on how he's gonna set himself different, how he's gonna set himself apart, how he's gonna be better. Now, I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming at this point he refers back to all of his experience, all of his knowledge, all of the lessons that he's learned from marketing and distributing beer over the past decade. And when you distill all that knowledge down, he knows that you have to make it cool and you have to make it sexy, right? Because sex sells. The problem is, iced tea isn't exactly an adult beverage. There might be a lot of kids drinking this beverage too, and having some model with huge cans marketing
For a second, I thought this guy was telling me right now that I'm a kid for drinking iced tea.
It might be a little aggressive for something that children might be drinking, and then it hits him. Huge cans. We'll get rid of the model and just keep the giant cans. Okay, now like the textbook business term for this strategy is called a value proposition. Basically, he's decided that Snapple is 16 ounces and it costs like, I don't know, $1.29, whatever it costs. He's coming in and he's like, cool, I'm gonna sell more. I'm gonna sell 23 ounce cans and I'm gonna sell it for less. I'm gonna sell it for 99 cents. That's the value proposition. You're gonna get more for less. Okay, that's what a textbook's gonna tell you, but I'm dubbing this the big can strategy, right? Because we've seen this time and time again, okay? Think about Monster Energy. Monster Energy was not the first energy drink to ever hit the market. That was Red Bull. Monster Energy just came along and was like, oh hey, Red Bull's only selling these little 8-ounce cans of energy.
Monster's cans are so f***ing huge, man. How the f*** am I supposed to drink all of that?
Drinks. What if I doubled the size and sold 16-ounce cans and gave it an even cooler logo? Boom! Multi-billion-dollar business right out of the gate. And you know the kicker with that, one of the top executives that helped initially launch Monster and market it was a top-level executive at Arizona previously, so he knew exactly what he was doing with the big can strategy. In Don Voltaggio's own words, his marketing strategy is, and I quote, put tea in a big can and paint it pretty.
I mean, it's simple, but it's true.
If you learn nothing else from this video, just remember, people like big cans.
Yes. People like, Your
No.
your name is Big Cans?
Oh, why?
You said big cans.
Yeah?
Well, that was my nickname in high school.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that story.
No.
Yeah, so it all happened back in 2009. I was a freshman, and so
Oh, gosh.
all these boys were just like, all up in my face.
What's happening in here?
I'm like,
Sorry, what?
are you paying attention?
Yeah. No, I heard all of it.
Okay.
Sorry, anyways, we've got the business model. Classic value proposition, give more for less. Super simple, easy to market, great, tried and true business strategy. Next thing, what are we gonna name the company? So Don's thinking on it, he goes back home to his wife and he's looking at his house and he lives in this like Spanish colonial or sometimes referred to as Santa Fe style home. And he's like, cool, I'm just gonna call it Santa Fe tea. When you think of tea, you think of hot, the desert, Santa Fe is perfect. We're gonna slap Santa Fe on the can. He does a couple of designs. The word Santa Fe just, it doesn't look right. It doesn't fit. So he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say Arizona tea. Don's never even set foot in Arizona, but he's like, it's fine. We're just gonna call it Arizona tea. It'll be good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, next thing, go.
I mean, it's kind of like me. Oh, YouTube, you don't know, right? My name is Cyprus, but I spelled it like the tree, but it actually came from the country Cyprus because I was simping for someone from the country of Cyprus, but I'm not someone from the country of Cyprus and I never set foot in there as well, so I don't want people to misunderstand that.
Don's never even set foot in Arizona, but he's like, it's fine. We're just gonna call it Arizona tea. It'll be good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, next thing, gotta make the cans cool. Don's wife volunteers. She's gonna design all the cans. Perfect. We got everything we need. So now Don and John Farolito are gonna go to the bank, get a loan, and start their tea company. The bank hates it. They think it's a horrible, stupid idea, but they reluctantly end up giving the loan anyways for a couple of reasons. One, they're already successful businessmen. They already have a ton of money in
they've
collateral.
proven
And
it.
B, sometimes you just gotta bet on the player and not the game. So the bank, while they were wrong, they ended up making the right decision and loaned them the money to get started. So 1992, Arizona tea hits the shelves for the first time and pretty much is immediately outrageously successful. And from here, it's pretty much
I
three
mean, the
decades
cans look so nice. They're big, but also the design is really nice.
of Don Voltaggio being a fucking gangster about absolutely everything. Don wakes up one morning, decides he wants to start selling giant 1-gallon jugs of tea. He starts making the tea, takes it to the distributor. The distributor's like, hey, this is never gonna sell. At which point Don is like, cool, you're never right about anything. Go ahead and put it on the shelf anyways. We'll see what happens. Now it's in like every grocery store in America. He decides he wants to come out with a new flavor of tea, honey and ginseng green tea, and then he has his wife design this beautiful can. At which point he takes a bunch
Right,
of
that's what I'm
criticism.
saying. That can, that specific can is the reason why I bought Arizona tea for the first time. I didn't like it. I didn't like the flavor that much, but that can is so pretty.
I'm like, hey, men are never gonna drink that tea because it's a girly colored can. At which point he's like, fine, I'll just sell it to women then. Fast forward a decade later, it's their best-selling flavor and probably one of the most iconic product designs of all
Yep,
time. And it's
yep,
all because he had his
yep.
wife's back like a complete badass. He would also get a bunch of shit because he wasn't doing any marketing. Like he had no marketing department whatsoever, to the point that whenever companies or interviewers or news sources would ask, you know, hey, how big is your marketing department? He would reply, pretty big, about 6'8", in fact, referring to himself because he was the only guy that did any marketing, which honestly wasn't much. They weren't worried about product placements and being a Super Bowl commercial and all this other dumb shit that all the other brands do, because Don knew that he had the value proposition on his side. He knew that he was selling more tea for less and he was putting it inside of a cool can and the product would sell itself, and he was absolutely right. Okay, fast forward to 2008, Arizona Tea is huge. They have their own factory, everything's paid off, they're making a ton of money, they're the #1 ready-to-drink tea brand in the country. At this point, the company is worth over $1 billion, and John Farolito, who over the past decade has become more and more of a quiet partner as Don just kind of took everything over and John just got to, you know, reap the rewards, he comes out and he's like, hey, we could literally sell this company and make billions of dollars and just be retired billionaires that wake up and do whatever the fuck we want all day, every day. We should sell the company. To which Don was like, no, absolutely not. I'm not selling this company because if I sell this company, what are my sons gonna do? Both his sons were his top level executives with him, literally his right and left hand man. And he knew that if he sold out, he wasn't gonna get to hang out with his sons because every single day, Don Voltaggio has a 2-hour family style lunch with both of his sons and his wife inside of his big ass office in his factory. Okay, just so we're all on the same page,
love
Don
that.
Voltaggio could have cashed out and been a billionaire with a fucking B and said, nah, I'd rather hang out with my kids. Go fuck yourself.
That's
that is
precious.
the most gangster thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, imagine how his sons feel about him after that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine going to work with your brother and your dad all day, every day, knowing that the only reason that you're there right now was because your dad got offered to be a billionaire. Like, basically a king or an emperor of capitalism in America, essentially. Like, your dad could have just been like the guy doing whatever he wanted for the rest of his life. But no, he decided he was going to have your back instead. And now you get this awesome job with your family. Like, It's
really look like him
to a degree that I didn't even know existed. So this obviously leads to a little bit of a falling out between Don and John. John obviously wants to sell. He wants to take his money and run, which kind of understandable. So he's like, you know what? Fine. Don, you keep your half of the company. I'm going to take my half and I'm going to go sell it to some investment firm or something. And I'm going to get my money and I'm going to retire. To which John Voltaggio is like, no, you're not. Absolutely not. You are not about to sell half of my company to some investment firm that's going to want to take it public. And then an army of MBAs is going to march in here and try to tell me how to run my business that I built from the ground up when none of them have accomplished anything at all.
Did he buy it?
I'm worried about taking care of my employees and my family and putting a lot of tea in pretty cans, and these MBAs are going to march in here and they're going to be worried about one thing, and that's getting a return on their investment, which is a fancy way of saying they're trying to make money for doing fucking nothing. So Don and John go to court and battle it out for the next 8 years. They reach a confidential agreement outside of court. Nobody knows what it was. Nobody knows the terms. Nobody really knows what happened. All we know is that John got paid out $1 billion, and now Don Voltaggio owns 100% of Arizona Tea as of 2015.
Dang.
So clearly, they just paid out $1 billion. It's been 23 years. They have to raise the price of the tea, right? Absolutely not. Don is 100% against it, and he's going to do anything and everything he can to not raise the price of the 99-cent can. What on earth could his reasoning possibly be? You know, I'm just going to let him tell you.
Why not increase the price and therefore increase the profit?
We're successful. We're debt-free. We own everything. Why have people who are having a hard time paying their rent have to pay more for our drink? Maybe it's my little way to give back.
This dude's just a complete gangster. I don't know what else to tell you. That
That's
dude
really
has
gangster,
woken
yeah.
up every day for the past 3 decades and just told inflation to go fuck itself. He's
love
literally
him.
the only multi-billion-dollar CEO that came out and was like, you know what? I'll just make less money. That is completely unprecedented, okay? Like, I love capitalism. I think it is the greatest system that humans have ever come up with. That being said, it's got a ton of shortcomings, and it would be so much better if everybody acted like that. Buh! This is all a complete lie because last time I saw one at the gas station, it was over $1. Buh! Yeah, that does happen. That's actually the local store that you're at.
I want to say that's not him. That's just the store flipping it.
MSRP. Arizona Tea still sells their product below $1 and recommends that they sell it for 99 cents. If other companies raise it more than that, Arizona can't really do anything about it. So yeah, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you that your local convenience store is scalping tea. It's the world we live in. So other than Don simply being willing to just make less money, buy a smaller yacht, if you will, what else is Arizona Tea doing to cut costs to maintain this price point?
I mean, it's the cans, right? But the other things are not 99 cents? Or was everything supposed to be 99 cents?
Over time, they've done quite a few different things, one of which is they actually changed from selling 23-ounce cans to 22-ounce cans. And the reason they did that wasn't by selling, you know, 1 less ounce of tea is going to save us all this money. They didn't really give a shit about the tea itself. What they did was they went to the can manufacturer and said, hey, we want you to make our cans thinner and use 40% less aluminum so that we save a bunch of money on the raw material end. So they actually ended up making the can a tiny bit smaller and then making it significantly thinner all the way around and having a different top so that they could save a bunch of money on the can itself. In addition to that, they also figured they could save a bunch of money on fuel by not delivering their tea during the day to all the different stores. All their trucks run exclusively at night. Okay, just so we're on the same page. Just so we're all...
They really thought about every single detail.
Hearing what I'm saying. In order for Arizona Tea to maintain their cheap price point for the rest of us, they're also going to make us suffer by reducing the amount of traffic. This might be my favorite company on the planet. They need to add that marketing, honestly.
That's
Big cans,
crazy.
pretty, there's less fucking traffic, okay? It's a trifecta. Okay, do you understand how crazy that is? Like, before, they were just saving you money. But now, in order to keep saving you money, they're also being forced to save you time, okay? It violates the laws of physics somehow. It has to.
It has to, yes.
How are you doing that?
I didn't think they were like thinking about everything like that.
This is my new favorite company. Okay, I don't even drink Arizona tea. I'm starting today. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Even though I take it back. I said I did not like Arizona tea before. I lied. It's the most delicious tea ever. Everyone should buy it.
Not up to anything nefarious. They're not secretly being funded by the government. It's just Don Voltaggio, the owner, woke up every day for 30 years and decided to be a fucking badass. When they told him his 1 gallon jug of tea idea was dumb and it wasn't gonna work, he said, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and sell it anyways. And it worked. He believed in himself. When his wife designed this awesome can and they said, nobody's gonna buy it because it's girly, he said, cool, I'm gonna sell it anyways. He believed in his wife.
I love that can so much.
When it came time to sell out, retire, and be a billionaire, he said, but then I'm not going to get to hang out with my sons.
Wow.
He had his kids back. He was a good dad. And when the time came to raise prices because everybody else was doing it, he said, nah, I don't need to make more money. I'll just make less. He was a good person. And despite all of that, despite the fact that he did everything wrong and he put money last as the business owner and the guy running the show, he still ended up being a billionaire worth over $6 billion. And more importantly, he gets to have lunch with both of his boys every single day, which is something I don't think any other billionaire can say. And in a lot of ways, that probably makes him the richest man on earth. So in my opinion, that's the key to Arizona Tea's success. Don't chase the money.
I want to be like Arizona Tea.
The money will come after. Even if the goal is something as simple as putting a lot of tea in a big can and making it pretty. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
And bye.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go play with some big cans of my own.
Oh.
Hannah! What are you doing?
Hi! If you like the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!